Hello, hi, good evening, everybody. hello, welcome. A long time no see, really. I haven't streamed all that much in the past week because I've been sick. But luckily I've gotten better. So I can stream. Today, yes. Oh, hello, Komi. Hi. Hi, Komi. Welcome to the stream. It's... Whoa, what is it? Oh. Hi, Komi. It's so lovely to see you. Hi. I'm not sure why, but... yeah. Okay, it is fixed. It did resolve itself now, didn't it? So, yeah. It's been so long since I've started putting out Vtuber content, to be honest. It feels like an eternity for me. Because I've been uploading videos for the past 2 years. Yeah, for the past 2 years I've been uploading videos to YouTube, but I only started streaming in September last year. So I'm definitely a late bloomer. I'm definitely a late bloomer when it comes to streaming, but I do strongly believe that streaming is a skill, and it is something that is acquired over time. And I really needed that year of doing pre-recorded content to really build my confidence in myself. To start streaming. so you know, on one hand I never boomed as a content creator. I never really boomed. I never created anything truly viral. I am not a full-time streamer. I'm not a professional streamer. I have to work to make ends meet, as I said in my previous streams. Not being homeless is my passion. And it's my driving force, pushing me forward to work even harder in life. So on one hand, I've been working really hard, and I still and I'm and I haven't made it to the top. But you know, on the other hand, I did manage to build a small community, really small, really tight one. So success is definitely subjective. I feel like the one who benefits from streaming, from VTubing the most is me. Obviously, but I don't mean it financially. I mean it in the sense that it really helped me to find an outlet to pursue my lifelong dream of being a content creator. It also helps me grow. It helps me grow as a person. Truthfully, I feel like if I hadn't started VTubing, I would be in a really dark place. So it's been a godsend. Yeah, but I didn't want this to be sad. I didn't want this to feel you know, disheartening for the viewers, or I didn't want it to be nostalgic, because ultimately I feel like I have a pretty good VTubing career, and realistically, if you look at the streaming industry, VTubing is a phenomenon in itself, because conventional streamers, they cannot count on memes, they cannot count on a community nor the debut to give them that boost in following or viewership. So I think that's an anomaly. I think that's an anomaly in VTubing that doesn't really apply to regular streaming. Hello, hi Lumpy Muppet. Hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will enjoy yourself. I'm talking about my experiences, my experiences as a VTuber, but I'm trying to focus on the positives. But we will talk about the negatives too, because I feel like I never got to the cake. I never got to the to the insane amount of money the 1% of VTubers make. But I did get the stalker. I did get the hate. So maybe we can discuss that, because I honestly think it's funny. And it really shows how much I grew mentally as a person, because back when I first started doing content, I relied heavily on my sibling Genshiro, because I could really distance myself from all those hate comments, all those nasty comments, because in 2018 VTubing was still a novelty, especially in Poland, and I was always doing content bilingually in Polish and in English, and I could see it, like the more popular English speaking VTubers got, the more you could see it in the community that people had a bias against them, even though they had the same energy that Japanese VTubers, but people have this idea in mind, because they only like most of the community doesn't speak Japanese, so they know these popular corporate VTubers from Japan, from clips, from their top content, and they held indies and English speaking VTubers to the same standard, which is not realistic to the cake. Ay. I'm drinking milk tea today, because I still feel a slight tickle in my throat, even though I've been sick for the week, for the past week. I've been sick for the past week, but hopefully I'm gonna be better now. So what else? I do find that I enjoy streaming in English more than I enjoy streaming in Polish. Maybe it's because my English speaking content attracts more mature viewers, and I'm not really comfortable streaming for children, even though I am I am a motherly figure, but I do crack inappropriate jokes, innuendo on top of the innuendo and stuff like that. And I know that kids nowadays, they know I know they are not exposed. They are not exposed through anything sensual through my content, but still it doesn't sit right with me. And when you are ancient like me, you can tell right away that you have a minor in chat. General Kenobi, oh hi. Fosegnes, I hope I am pronouncing your name right. Hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I just judging by the analytics, even though everybody lies about their age, but by judging by the analytics, more adult people watch my English speaking content, and my Polish speaking content can attract some younger people. And you really have to tiptoe around them, especially on YouTube, where I put out my Polish speaking content. You really have to tiptoe around them. Here on Twitch it is a tiny bit easier, because you can mark that your broadcast is for adults, but it will be monetized. And it's not that easy on YouTube. On YouTube, if you mark that your content is for adults, then you get no ads, no revenue. Question: I am new to Twitch. Is email visible to everyone, or is it hidden? your email, I think it's hidden. I think that your data are safe, and if you were to subscribe to a streamer or to send bits, they would only know your nickname, your Twitch handle, so you're safe. I think you're safe, more or less. But yeah, I definitely enjoy streaming for adults and talking about adult matters. But then again, I draw the line with my content. I'm not really sure if I would be comfortable streaming like a Vtuber, you know, just stuff like that. I think that that would be too far out of my comfort zone. Phrasing. I think that would be a bit too far out of my comfort zone. But yeah, all in all, I still firmly believe that my time to shine as VTuber will come. I did start in August with this crazily ambitious idea in my head that I will stream on Twitch in English and then on YouTube in Polish, and it really backfired, because I had 2 weeks where I would stream almost nearly twice a day, and then I had 2 weeks where I was sick. Where I was sick in bed because I was overworked and I got an infection. I have also decided that I want to get back in shape, because I haven't worked out properly ever since the first lockdown. It's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. So I've decided I'm gonna get back to running, and I'm gonna stream more, and I'm gonna work more. That was my idea in my head. It worked out perfectly, but I did end up getting sick twice. So that might have been a bit too ambitious for me. Do you have any fanfics? Oh, I do have a fanfiction about me. It's in my Discord. I do have a fanfiction about me in my Discord, but it is in Polish, sadly. But yeah, one member of my Discord likes to write fanfiction, and that is quite a read. Maybe if you run it through DeepL, you would be able to understand, because that's a rather silly read. Shima, I really hope you're having fun being a VTuber. It's definitely fun, and I'm gonna say that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. I'm not sure if other creators stay quiet about it, or they don't feel comfortable sharing it, but I do feel that I get I feel like I am the most hated. I am the most hated Polish VTuber. I feel like maybe that's subjective, because obviously I am myself, and I don't see how many messages other people get, but I do feel that objectively I am the most hated Polish VTuber. I get the most hate mail, hate marshmallows, hate comments, stuff like that. And like I remember in the beginning, like maybe in the beginning of this year or last year, when I first started using my real personality and my real voice, they would sting like crazy, because they would hurt like crazy, because I would always take them personally. But now, having gotten so many of them and seeing how they contradict themselves, I'm just able to ridicule them, you know. They hate you because your reactors are bigger than theirs. Ay. So you know, I firmly think that my slow growth as a creator is a blessing, because I'm able to slowly process it, because I see that stuff that people write about those crazily popular VTubers like Vey or Nyaners, how people hate on them, and it's completely unjustified, and it absolutely contradicts themselves. And what hurts me the most is that English-speaking VTubers, or those who make content in national languages, are hated just because people have this idea in their head about VTubers, about corporate VTubers from Japan, and even those VTubers don't live up to their standard, because people don't have the ability to understand their stream, so really they don't know how those VTubers act normally. Okay, we have the modern chat. That's good. How was your workout? I was just talking about my thoughts about the community. Gulp. Feeling pretty good. Thanks for asking. I'm not a fan of exercising this late. I personally prefer to work out in the morning because Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Lunar owns Twitch. Lunar owns Twitch, not owns Twitch. Thank you so much for the follow. But I do find it easier to exercise in the morning on an empty stomach, because I do feel more energized after working out, and I don't think I would be able to fall asleep if I exercised that late. If I exercise that late, also I prefer to exercise in the morning because I can shower and wash my hair in peace. And like my family and my neighbors, sometimes they complain about my blow dryer being really loud, and I can't really go to bed. When you have curly hair, you can't really go to bed with your hair wet, because firstly it might not dry overnight completely when you're in bed, and secondly you will just wake up with your hair being the size of the atomic mushroom. That's how poofy it will get. Exercising too late. Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, I'm not gonna try even. Had that problem once. Couldn't sleep until 5 a.m. Lol, poofy. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. So you should really know that sweet spot for you with your exercise. And you have to know your hair too. As a man with longish curly hair, I sympathize with these struggles. I do have one product, not sponsored, but there's only one product that can tame my hair. But the problem with that product is that if you miss the sweet spot, it will end up making your hair much thicker and poofier, and it will give you an afro. And said product is really cheap. It costs like $5. It's Tiggy's Small Talk. It's really popular in Britain and in Europe, and I'm not sure if you can buy it in the States. If you are from the States, maybe on Amazon. But if you use the perfect amount for you, then it really retains your hair. But half a pump too much, and you have just this giant poof. And sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I will overdo it. I will blow dry my hair. It will get huge. It will get really huge, and everybody will comment on it. Everybody. Last time I did it, the lady at the conveni where I was buying sandwiches, all my co-workers, people on the bus driver, the controller, the ticket controller, everybody commented on it. it's abbreviation from Fosgen, but I made a typo. It it's stuck. Oh, okay then. Makes a cool nickname, kind of cryptic. Coxfogs. No, hey. Wow, the rudeness of those people. Well, it's totally normal in Poland for strangers to chat you up and to comment about something. It's totally normal, and sometimes people commiserate and complain collectively about something. For example, if you're taking a walk in a park and there is a broken branch, really big one, so maybe there's a log. Let's say there's a log and you cannot move it, like 5 grown men cannot move it, that's how big it is. So everybody will gather on the pavement and will bitch and moan and complain about the log being there instead of just gathering the strength together and moving it to the side. And then you approach the scene and somebody will go like, oh miss, see this town, they cannot do anything right now, can they? It's gonna be like this until the elections. Fuck. That's typical Poland. I can't imagine how sick to the bone you were with those comments you were by the end of the day. Oh, well, luckily, they tend to deflate, especially, if you are on the move, you sweat a lot. They kind of deflate, but yeah, complaining is a national discipline. I remember when the elections in Poland were held. I think those were the presidential elections during the lockdown, and people were told to stay in a giant ass line in the sun, wearing masks, and like everybody had to scrub their hands, disinfect, and people were complaining about everything. Literally, it was like really brief. You waited there for like 3 or 4 minutes, and new people come in and they would complain about the same thing. It was so bizarre, like something from something a Monty Python's group would write. Really. We're better at complaining than soccer. Oh yeah, definitely, that's fair. I feel like Polish football is the worst. Maybe volleyball is a bit better. What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? I ultimately think that everybody is evil. Everybody is plotting something, and nobody can really overcome how evil humanity is. There is no soccer in Poland. Yeah, they do call it soccer in the States, because they call the egg hand sport, they call it football, right? Which doesn't make much sense, because you don't even kick the ball that much in that sport, now do you? I've never gotten my head around those American sports, so I'm not gonna open the Pandora's box. They call it football because the length of the item is around the foot. Oh, the egg ball is around a foot long. I wish I knew how long a foot is, but sadly, metric units. And I watched a documentary on Netflix explaining explaining the measurement system in the States, and actually everything in the States is metric, but it has to be converted to those imperial units. So when we in Europe want to check something that's American, we have to convert to metric something that was converted from metric, which doesn't make that much sense now, does it? Why is the mod more degenerate than chat? That's quite a long story. But we are talking about the experience of mine as a streamer. So you know, Blended is one of the first people who have found my channel and had something good to say about it. So I do feel that we are deeply connected to one another. that's why Blended is my mod. Also I do feel like Blended's degeneracy helps me stream, you know. Oh, here we go. Oh man. No, I do think that we are a comedic duo, and I'm always and forever grateful to Blended that he was there for me in the beginning, when it was just us in a chat, because you know, when I first started putting out VTuber content ages and ages ago, I would watch other people stream. I would take notes on how they stream. I would see how they interacted with chat. And there was one thing that was really, really terrifying for me, and it was streaming alone. It was streaming alone, streaming by myself. And I still sometimes find those rare moments that I do stream by myself if I decide to stream something obscure. or if I go live spontaneously, but it doesn't really bother me, because I know that there will be somebody, even one or two people, that will watch the VOD later. Oh, Jolly Jared just subscribed. Thank you so much for the sub. The ship has set sail. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Blended loves my stepbrother Nishi. That's absolutely tragic. Because I've had Blended for so long, and I was softening him. And the moment Nishi entered Shimaverse. Oh my gosh, Jolly Jared, thank you so much for giving subs. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Boys love. Yeah, you know, there wasn't a single female that has ever beaten the strength of a boys love ship, you know. Clipping. No, honestly, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Yaoi, I know a guy who can write it. Oh, it is so hard to write genuine LGBTQ plus fanfiction, because when you are reading some fanfictions, you can clearly tell that it was written by especially yaoi stuff. You can clearly tell that this was written by a teenage girl who hasn't had any action yet with anybody. You can tell because you know, there is this lack of understanding how things work, and it's so evident and it's so clear when you read it. So you know, writing convincing and healthy relationships like that is really, really hard. but with yaoi, if we are talking about like vanilla yaoi, they never do anything else than kiss and hold hands, maybe. And if they do bone, it is either implied or the manga changes rating. Who said about healthy? Guy specializes in dojin. Oh God, holding hands. I know Lampuma, but I'm sweating. I'm sweating just thinking about it. I'm sweating just thinking about two beefy guys just holding hands. Bonus points if those beefy guys have faces of women. If they have really, really feminine faces, and then they have really, really bara titties, just buff bodies, stuff like that. I'm living. What about Yuri? Yuri too. Yeah. But with Yuri, I do find that Yuri is usually pretty stereotypical about female, especially as somebody who has experienced being in love with a fellow female and being in a relationship with a fellow female. I do find that those Yuri stories, they tend to cling onto the stereotype that women are more emotional, and they want the emotional connection, and sometimes those girls end up in those scenarios because they are so lonely or because they are rejected, which is not healthy and ultimately not realistic. I touched your hand, that means I can touch your pee-pee. Yeah. When you're watching some Asian dramas, especially K-dramas, but Japanese dramas too. There is a ton of Japanese dramas on Netflix. If you have nothing else as a background noise at work, I definitely recommend you play a Japanese drama, and you can see how slow the relationship progresses between people. It's like an 8th episode of a romance drama and they are holding hands. This is so excruciating. This is excruciating. Water and Iris redeem in common. Okay. We are both girls, so it's normal. Yeah, because we have the same parts, or now do we? The indirect kiss in anime makes me cringe. Oh my gosh, yeah, the indirect kiss is disgusting. That's just not very sanitary. It's not very sanitary. I remember when I was in middle school, I was practicing judo, and I was a part of a team, and once we didn't write our names on the bottles because we were training for a tournament or something. We forgot, and one guy had mono. And he ended up drinking from every single bottle because he forgot which bottle was his. And everybody ended up having mono. And that was so embarrassing for me at the ripe age of 14, going to the doctor, getting medicine for that. Because that's how you can get mono, and that's literally the only thing I can think about when I see a scene with an indirect kiss, that you can get mono from that. So always write your name on your drinks. Always. Lesson learned the hard way. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna hydrate into the iris. purge him with fire. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that our sensei got really pissed because he was a doctor at a hospital, and he worked at the clinic that we all went to, and he opened our files, and he saw that he ended up giving everybody mono, which meant that we couldn't compete, and he was so pissed because his friend at work had this other group of students, and he really did strongly believe in us. I remember that I was pretty good. I was pretty good in the was it like the under 60 kilograms category, or maybe it was 58 kilos, something like that. And I remember I was quite good. But then I took an arrow to the knee. I did take an arrow to the knee. We were doing a show at school for kids, just to get them interested in doing sports and stuff. And I ended up landing on my knee when I was doing a backflip, and I did end up just like hitting my knee because I didn't land it correctly. So yeah, when the weather changes, it still hurts me to this day. Not only a scientist, but also a fighter. Nice. Well, truly, the best martial art is running, because the best thing you can do is to run away. Because there's no point in fighting with anybody in the street, because you have your bare hands, or maybe you have pepper spray, but the guy can have a gun or can have a knife. So the odds of protecting yourself against something like that are slim, especially if you trained for 20 years to win tournaments, because you are trained to win at the competition. You're not trained to fight. When you said running, I thought you meant cardio. No, I mean running away. The best strategy is running away. With a name like that, who can really be? I remember, I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but the old master that teaches judo and martial arts is called a shihan. So there was this one guy. He is in his 90s right now, I believe, and when he retired, so he was like 65, so that's still really fit for somebody who exercises regularly. He got mugged by 3 guys, and luckily they didn't have any guns or knives. And they were like, oh, we're gonna rob this elderly guy because he is so helpless, just walking his Yorkies. But the guy ended up having like quadruple black belt, and it didn't end that well for them. You had the redeem for hydration and iris 6 minutes ago, just saying, okay, I'm gonna drink, and I'm gonna do an iris. Quick, call the ambulance, but not for me. Okay, I'm gonna do the eye rest. I've seen that's a person like this is called an optometrist, optometrist, I believe. That's a technician that helps you improve your eyesight, and she told me that I was doing my eye rest incorrectly, because what I should do is I should actually take off my glasses like this, then take my stylus, look at it really closely like that, move it away from my face, now move it back, and I should wink as I do it. I should wink, because winking is fundamental. Winking is really the most important part when doing your eye rest, and I know that we tend to lock our eyes, especially if we are playing shooter games or if we are drawing something for the long time. So ultimately it is more beneficial for our eyes to to blink for a while without our glasses, and to try to accommodate the eye, rather than just stare blankly. Wankin. Nice to hear you again, Fukushima-sama. Oshi. Typo. Yeah. Wankin. Yeah. Always makes me fun to see the word PP in writing. Stuff like that always makes me happy. I'm so mature. But back in a day when I worked in a hospital, there were 2 elderly doctors working there, and they hated each other, and they were like in their 80s, and they would just come into the hospital to give advice to resident doctors, stuff like that, and they would always take each other's files and draw dicks in them. Guys in their 80s, professors, established scientists, respected specialists in their field. they would see that there are files of the other guy on my desk, and they would just like grab a pencil from their pocket and draw a dick inside. And they hated each other. Their marriage contract has been sealed. Perfectly normal. I just think that everybody gets to the age of 13, and then we never mature past that. We never mature past that, which is absolutely lovely, because I do firmly believe that we start to get old when we stop having fun. When we stop doing those small mean things to others, like teachers in my school drawing Richards in my notebook. I am 9 years old mentally. So I can still bribe you with sweets. Because 13-year-olds, they do prefer to be bribed with money. Now don't they? Yes. It really depends on the type of sweets, but if it's really fancy sweets, then I find that there are people in this world that will do you a favor for a snack that they wouldn't do you for any amount of money. That's a weird phenomenon, but it's true. FBI, hello. Keisatsu. I do believe that it is. There are some countries where 13 is the age of consent, which is a tiny bit too young. If you asked me, it is a bit too young. Just a bit too young. In Poland, the age of consent is either 15 or 16. I don't know. I'm not interested in high schoolers. And it's been working quite well, because it is just to protect those people who have just recently turned 18, and they were with somebody who was a few classes below them. Oh no, it's Lolly PD. Okay, I'm gonna. It's based o'clock. It's based off clock, because I see this is something that I really don't like about the Vtuber community, especially the English Vtuber scene, especially the North American VTuber scene. I see it on Twitter all the time, and it's the virtue signaling, and it's how people have lolly models, but they say they don't. How people condemn lolly and say it's illegal and say it's wrong. How people use that as a virtue signaling. It really pisses me off. And it's rather bizarre for me because this is just fiction. This is just fiction. That's not a real child. It's just fiction. It's a fictional concept that doesn't exist in real life. So there is no harm in that. There really is no harm in that. It's always the Americans, LMAO. Marika, hell yeah, 9,000-year-old lolly are fine. And you know, the problem is that those people who do witch hunts for lolly artists, for lolly VTubers, will openly praise hololivers, which are proud lolicons, or you know, Gura, which has a lolly character, and she always has. So that's quite hypocritical, and I've seen that some of these people, they have lolly models themselves, with limb proportions of a child, stuff like that, and they have NSFW hashtags for themselves, but they still do that virtue signaling, and I'm like, bruh. Jolly Jarrett, we're weird. Nah, it's just bizarre. It's just bizarre for us as outsiders, because I personally think that Americans are pretty self-centered. They are pretty self-centered. I remember, there are issues. There are issues in the States which are literally and figuratively foreign to us in Europe, especially to us Slavic people, and it really gets some people offended. For example, the systematic racism, which is not a thing in Slavic countries. It's something that many people can't understand, and it is a source of conflict. So the problem that I have is that the internet and Twitter seems to be so focused on America that they tend to project how their society looks on other countries, which doesn't really work now, does it? I prefer to be weird than sulking at home in a corner waiting. Twitter Americans should just make their own country so we can isolate them away. Ay. Yeah, I do find that the Twitter bubble can get pretty disconnected with reality, especially when people start sending death threats over PNG, where Austria is already taken. Oh, you mean Australia? Because you know, Australia did start out as a as a colony for criminals. Just the British would send all the problematic people away, and now we have Australia. Atlantis, of course. Oh my gosh, but Gargura is from the Atlantis, no, isn't she? And I think that Artemis of the Blue is from the Atlantis as well. So they would be too powerful. If you gave them an army, they would be way too powerful. Old Zealand. What you mining, mate? I ain't you, Roy. I can't do. This is really embarrassing because my mama, my illustrator Shy, she's Australian, and I can't really do an Australian accent. So maybe I should ask her to come and teach us how to do a convincing Australian accent. The new Hololivers. Bals and Sana, they are both Australian, but they do sound a bit differently. I think that Sana has thicker Aussie accent, so maybe I could try imitating how she speaks. But then again, I don't want to seem like I'm mocking Aussies. Like I've watched way too much Crocodile Dundee and Steve Irwin. Make Atlantis great again. It more old British accent. It's just because with those British accents, they tend to differ from village to village. This is so evident if you ever go to England. Just take a road trip to Wales and go to a pub in every single city, and then you will notice that the bartender can pick up that somebody is from the other village a few kilometers over, because they have different accent, and you're like, bruh. British. Oh my gosh, just when you use British English, like we are taught in school in Poland, we are taught British English, and you start speaking with Americans. They pull the bottle of water meme on you. Like can you please say a bottle of water, bruh. Wales is an eldritch concept, and you can convince me otherwise. Wales, the sea mammals, no? Welcome. Welcome to Wales. If I had to move to Britain, just like God forbid I have to move to Britain, but if I had to move to Britain, I would probably move to Scotland, because Scottish people are very, very similar to the Polish, and there is a huge community of Polish people, which is in oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the country. In Aberdeen. In Aberdeen, there is a ton of the Polish, so they are pretty used to the excessive, to the weird and excessive lifestyle of the Polish. So I would probably move to this somewhere over there. But I'm perfectly fine just living here by the toxic sludge, which is the Baltic Sea. I'm perfectly fine and happy. British accent is similar to Orcish in Warhammer 40k. I would love to get into the Warhammer 40k, but I'm not sure if I can afford those 39.999 other games. No, but honestly though, I'm so intimidated by how big the universe and the fandom, how strong it is. I'm so intimidated by the Warhammer that I really don't know where to start, if I was to start. Ay. You don't need to you do need a tabletop. Try first the one or the two. Okay, I will definitely try that. The problem is that I don't really have any friends. So when it comes to playing RPGs, I don't really have anybody that would play with me. Dawn of War. Okay, Dawn of War. I'm pretty clueless when it comes to games. Sadly, I was studying when I should be building my mad gaming skills. I can't forgive myself that I wasted so many years studying the useless crap that got me nowhere in life. I spent so much time absorbing the useless knowledge, and I could I could be playing Call of Duty and become a professional gamer if I use that time productively. I'm shaking my head at my own silliness, because when you are so Half-Life Portal, yeah, I was thinking about playing Half-Life 2. Shit, I can't pronounce. I was definitely thinking about playing Half-Life 2, but two problems I have is that, firstly, Half-Life 2 is still quite pricey on Steam. It is still quite pricey, which is good, because that's the indicator of a good game. The second problem I have is that I don't have too much memory on my PC. So I don't have that much room to install new games. And the third problem I have is that I have a very, very cheap mouse from the supermarket. I think I paid like $2 for it. It's the cheapest mouse you can have. And, you know, to play shooters effectively, you need a gaming mouse, a motherfucker, 3,000, and you need to pay an arm and leg and a kidney for it. It's time to redeem the oil alarm. I'm not sure what accent was that, but yeah, okay. Oh, what about your HDD? I ordered an SSD drive, and sadly they sent it with a delivery service that starts with the letter F, and it came in damaged, so I had to send it away. And I actually asked for a refund, because this month is really bad for me financially. I ended up having more expenses than I figured I would, so that money has to go towards something else, which is really tragic, but that's the adult life for you. I really wanted to play that Doom Eternal game, because it was really cheap on Steam. There was a Quake Week, I think. There was a Quake Week, something like that. And Hanamakia was like, everybody go ahead and buy Doom Eternal on Steam, because it was really cheap, because originally it was like 360 Polish money, and I think I paid like 30 for it, so it was very cheap. QuakeCon. Why are you moving like a metronome? Because I'm stretching. I'm trying to hypnotize you to make you guys participate in the shrimp timber. How much BPM? Hannah is right. Stop waving, it's hard to look. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take more deeper stretches then. Yeah. Move up and down. Okay. Like, why? But okay. Haha, cheated. I'm cheating this. Yeah, I cheated. Hehe. It's like when you walk up to a really busty girl that's wearing a deeply cut shirt, and you tell her, oh, hello miss, did you know that you can't really touch both of your elbows to your belly button? And she will do that, and you will just stare into her titties like a creep that you are. Yeah, story of my life. Another stretch redeem. Let's go. Okay. Stretch. Guilty. We know that you can't do it. Legit, I can't do it. there is nothing more useless than hands on a 2D VTuber. Well, my hands my hands are pretty functional because they can actually cover my tits so that I can go to church. Okay, but I'm gonna hide that. I'm gonna hide that now. Whoa, what a function. Yeah, disappointing. I can make myself even more covered. So see, like this and like this. Woo, safe for work. I'm still waiting for that script to be released for purchase, and then you guys will be able to trigger all those hotkeys by yourselves. You will be able to take off my glasses, trigger code on, code off, lift up my board, do an expression, stuff like that. We need to get you mocap suit. Oh, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. Actually, my illustrator, my VTuber mama, she is studying 3D design. So I hope that one day I will have enough money to have her do the model. That would be lovely. I don't want a VTuber avatar can glitch out because moves not redirected by program. Well, you can just set it when the program doesn't recognize the movement, it will just freeze on a frame, or it will just go back to your default pose. That's actually determined by your settings. So in a sense, 2D avatars are glitch proof, more or less. Like if I was to if I start rubbing my eye, for example, you can see that I'm rubbing my eye right now and it starts to wink. So you can see that if it cannot see a part of the face, if it cannot scan it, it has some problems, but all in all, it is pretty glitch proof. 3D models, on the other hand, they can glitch like crazy. Thank you for the follow, David. Thank you for the follow. We 270 followers. Is this a meme number? I don't think. Has died from radiation. Oh, actually, if you want to protect yourself from radiation, it's a good idea to have a shot of vodka, because it actually helps you protect yourself from the acute radiation sickness. If you watch the movie Chernobyl, not the one made by Russians, it's streaming on Netflix, I think. You can see that the miners were drinking vodka straight to protect themselves from the radiation. Yes. Local VTuber encourages drinking alcohol. Well, okay, so if we are talking, if I have my education corner right now, if you are ever poisoned by so-called Czech spirits, if you are ever poisoned by the methanol, the best thing you can do is to drink some ethanol. So to drink some vodka, because it is digested by the same metabolic tract. So the ethanol will be processed, and then the methanol will be removed from your system, so you won't get poisoned. I want to be those kids, but now tomorrow I have to work. Oh, that's tragic. I'm so sorry. I wish I've gotten better faster, so we could do a drinking stream together. Maybe on Friday. I've been really fond of gin and tonic lately, so I wouldn't mind having a few drinks with you guys. Has self-revived with 2 liters of vodka. Now I'm too drunk to die. Oh shit, like 2 liters. It's like a Polish wedding reception. Everybody has those relatives when they come to a family gathering, and you are like, oh, for that uncle, 2 liters minimum. I don't like alcohol in real life. Yeah, I don't like getting drunk too, but I do like a good drink. If it's a fancy liquor or a really, really good wine, then yeah, I will enjoy that. But I'm not exactly a fan of getting shit-faced. The trick also works if you drink antifreeze. The metabolites are more toxic, so just overwhelm the enzyme. Liver tests usually do not end well if not supported by heavy amount of meaty food. But the antifreeze is glycol, and that's a different alcohol because it has like 3 OH groups. And fun fact, I mean, not a fun fact, but an interesting fact, it is very, very deadly for dogs because they can't really remove it from their system. And there were cases of pooches that would drink antifreeze and die. So please always make sure that the fluid that goes into your sprinklers in your car, that stuff that sprays on your front window, make sure that you close it because it has glycol in it. And the stuff that you use for washing windows, keep that away from dogs also, because it's deadly for them. Melonade music. Oh, hi Melonade. Hello. What did I miss? What did you miss? We were making fun of the Scottish. Metronome sways. Nah, don't worry. Yeah, so Melonade is a game developer and a Scottish person, and he's been working on this game called the Isle of Jura, which is a Scottish island, and it's a fishing game. And he was kind enough to send me a copy of the game, so we should definitely schedule a stream where we take a look at the game. And now that I've gotten better at all. Never feed dogs chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. I think everybody knows about chocolate. It's really, really deadly for dogs. And music artists too. Yeah, Melonade made me a background music, but I ended up losing the file tragically when I've overwritten my drive. So I resort to using the free music from Dover. I love your Vtuber model. Can I see the whole model? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I can show you the whole model. Because I guess there is a ton of new people now. So I can show you. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just scrolling. Am I visible? I'm just gonna make myself a tiny bit bigger. Okay, so okay, my head is out of frame. Okay, so hello, this is me. This is me in my full body glory, just floating in the air. Remind Shima to hit you up for the music file, okay? No pressure. Oh, I do like Melonade's music so much. It makes me feel like I'm the persona boss. Okay, so that's how the model looks. Please take a note how my holographic shoes, how they shine. Okay, so that's oh my gosh. I reinstalled OBS today and my hotkeys, they don't work. But that's how it looks with the coat on. I can take my glasses off too. I can bend my elbow. Okay, I'm gonna put on my glasses back because I'm I'm blind without them. But you can see that both my lab coat and my shoes have those reflective holographic film on it. It's a very, very nicely executed model. I do love it. I don't use my full body model all that often. Looking respectfully, yeah. And I think these are all the actions that I can trigger for the full body. Okay, I'm so big, but like, you know, expression wise, I'm gonna lower myself a bit. Expression wise, I can take off my glasses. I can show how shocked I am. I can go kusa. I can blush. I can get angry. Question mark, exclamation mark, despair. What else? Ahegao. Dizzy, kira. Sweat drop, my favorite emoji of all time. I use this all the time. This is my default pose, and I should have this drop on my temple all the time. And also those cute little tears in my eyes, and that's it. That sums it up pretty much. These are all the hotkeys that I have on my model, which is quite a lot. And I got quite lucky. I got quite lucky because my both my illustrator and my rigger wanted to flex with this model, so they did that for me. Sometimes when you move, your head gets fatter. Oh yeah, it's because I'm lifting my chin up. You know, I have my chin up, and now I have it down. It's because okay, it's really embarrassing, so I'm gonna tell you. It's because I don't have a stand for my phone anymore. It's broken, and I ended up gluing my phone, taping my phone to a wooden box that I brought from the farmer's market. It had some apples in it, so I ended up gluing my phone to that. And I didn't need a decent stand for my phone, but those really good ones are expensive, and if you buy a cheap one, it will break really quickly. So for now, I will just resort to my Apple Box technology. That's so Polish. Yeah. Poland is number one in making apples. Growing apples is our strength. Are you a second prototype? I see the number 2. No, actually the number 2 stands for me being the second character introduced on my YouTube channel, because the channel was started by my sibling Kenshiro, which is also voiced by me, but using a voice changer. So that was the first character I used on my channel, and then in January this year I debuted this model because I felt confident enough to start speaking in my own voice, and I really wanted to introduce this elder sister / motherly character that would be really true to my personality. So I ended up commissioning this model. Lore. Say hi to Genshiro when you see her, okay? From me. Fuck. What? Genshiro is also voiced by you? Yeah, I can switch. I can switch to Genshiro, but maybe when there's that VTube Studio script that will allow you guys to trigger actions in my program. I will have a redeem to switch into Genshiro. You should draw yourself hugging a fan to your bosom. A fan? Like an electric fan? Yeah. Very nice idea. We ain't got no budget to that. Yeah, because the best illustrations for this model are the ones made by the person who illustrated, Shy, but good luck with getting a lot of commissions on a Polish salary. Ay. But yeah, my face tends to get this round when I lift my chin really high, and I tend to do that because I sit like a shrimp in my chair. Because I just sit like a shrimp. Ay. Oh, I'm feeling so hot. I'm feeling so hot. Oh, hydrate and posture check. Thank you so much. My chair is still creaky. I remember I got a donation to change my chair, but I ended up spending that money on a medical bill. Don't forget to stretch. I won't. Don't worry. Oh, Shima, you wanted to drink coffee but ended up doing that one challenge. What challenge? I am reading that fanfic. It's not so silly as you made it. I mean, it is. It is kind of silly. Are you a native speaker of Polish? Because there are some phrasings in there that make it kind of silly. But then I know that the intention of the author was really sincere, and I do appreciate how much time they put into writing that. The one that got narrated by Shima and her friends, yeah, the same one. Taika's performance as the old man in that reading is iconic. That's iconic. That's one of her most underappreciated and iconic moments, in my opinion. Just her voice acting. Lovely, absolutely lovely. But yeah, you know, especially when you tend to be a smaller VTuber. I mean, I'm not that small. I'm 170 centimeters tall. But when you're not, broadly recognized by the community, and you don't have that many fan arts, having somebody put so much time to create something that includes you really makes your heart melt, you know. The beach chapter looks sweet. Oh yeah, I really like that change of tempo in the story. The cup materializes in your chest area. Yeah. Because I think that it is looking kind of silly, when people just drink on stream. So I just like to have my cup just pop out of thin air. Just go like, yeah. I bonked my microphone with it. I'm sorry. Which Caesar you chose rated VTuber? Oh, you want me to rate them right away? So you want me to radiate it? Okay, I'm gonna take off my glasses and start winking, and I'm gonna look for that person. Which Caesar? I don't see them. Yeah. It says that the content is not out there. We can if you could send me the link to their Twitch in the Discord, that would be perfect. Oh, Caesar, is to that fanfic? Oh yeah, Chernobyl Kun. The Chernobyl Kun. Oh my gosh. Just ping Sasheta. Go to this Discord, ping at Sasheta, and tell him how much you enjoy that work. Because I did think that it was a person and you wanted me to rate them. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna take off my glasses and do the proper iris now, with the stylus. Another funny story. Lately, I've stopped enjoying drawing on my tablet, and it really did feel like shit. So I opened the back of my tablet, and then I discovered that I have extra nibs for my stylus in there, and there was even a tool for removing the nib from your pen, right? And I pulled out my nib, and it was good 3 millimeters shorter than the new nibs. And that's why I had a terrible drawing experience lately. I couldn't draw a line that wasn't wonky. It was because my pen was flat. The bloody tip story. Ay. Nibs. Nibs. Not bloody nips. Bloody nibs. Nibs. The ending, the tip of the stylus. Nib cutter. Oh my gosh. That's hardcore. That's really hardcore. I draw the line. Let's keep things vanilla. Let's keep things vanilla, shall we? What do you want, Blended? Blended wants to refund your channel points, so that you can get your points back, basically. And what cutter? Is it Higurashi all over again? Every time we hang out, there's always a Higurashi reference. Always. Ay. But yeah, I'm still thinking if there is something I wanted to say about my streaming experience, but I forgot. I did complain about the community. I did mention the haters. The virtue signaling. Oh yeah, there is something else. How people use each other as stepping stones. That's kind of shitty, and I see that a lot. That people tend to jump clicks, you know. And usually people will in the Vtuber community, it's not everybody, obviously, but there are certain people that will only interact with you if you have more followers than them, and if as their platform grows, they tend to abandon their old friends and make new ones more popular than them, and they keep using these strategies to use people as stepping stones, which is really shitty, and kind of makes you question everybody. I do love Higurashi. A well-explained murderer is better than brainless killing spree. Oh yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Did they release a new season? I think there was a new season released. I still have to catch up with Higurashi. It is on Netflix. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm sponsored by Netflix, but I'm not. Netflix, please give me a free Netflix, please give me a free sub, because I keep advertising you for free. I could be the Netflix VTuber. They do have that sheep, and she is lovely. But I could do the endorsement for Netflix too. Just a thought. And they do have Higurashi. They do have Higurashi over there. So I should definitely catch up with Higurashi as I clean, or do paperwork. It was kind of What's Next reboot. That's new Higurashi, and it's getting second season. Oh, are they going to remaster the old Higurashi? Because if I remember correctly, the old Higurashi has a 3:4 resolution. You know, it's still like in that square format. So maybe they should remaster it. Use code Fukushima for 30% off chapter 1 cheaper 1 month of Netflix subscription. The first month is free. Well, it's not free in Poland, but it is free everywhere else. And it's quite funny, because it used to be free in Poland, but people were abusing the system. People were abusing the system, so the trial was taken away from them. And that's the most Polish thing I have heard in a while. Poland's too smart for USA, because Polish people, they tend to share Steam accounts or pirate games and shows altogether. So there are certain platforms which are still reluctant to enter the Polish market. For example, Disney Plus. And it's really annoying, because I do want to watch The Mandalorian, but I'm way too lazy to pirate it. So I don't even know what the buzz is about the show, because I've never watched it. And I do want to watch it, but I want to watch it on my TV, because I'm way too lazy to pirate it. It's not even share Steam accounts. They sell access to an account with one game so they can sell it forever. Oh, I've seen auctions like that, but it was really shady, because those auctions were like, oh, you can buy this code cheaply, but you need to have a new account, and you can only have this one particular game on it, and that's a bit too complicated for me. Especially because these codes are not that cheaper. If you wait for a huge event like a seasonal sale, for example, you can buy those games cheaper. Or just pirate it if you are a pirate. It's so dumb. It is dumb, because I did take a look at those prices, and most of the games which were over there, like Stardew Valley, Terraria, stuff like that, just very, very popular games, you can buy them way cheaper if you wait for the seasonal sale. So that's just pointless. I don't think she has a PO box. No, I don't have a PO box. PO boxes are really cheap, but the problem is that I live in a small town. I mean, it's not small. It has like 150k people living in it, but it is pretty small and not very metropolitan. And I would have to go to a bigger city. So I would probably have to go by a train. For 2 or 3 hours one way to get stuff from my PO box, because it would be the safest to have a PO box in a default city or in Krakow, because it's a very, very metropolitan area where a ton of people live. I have 300 plus games on Steam, and a lot of them were for free. On Epic Games, it's the same thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Epic Games store. It's just, oh my gosh! Even if they were giving, free money, I would be reluctant to use the Epic Games store because it's just so inconvenient. I don't know too many who like the Epic Games store. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. It's like PlayStation Network is testing out their streaming service in Poland, and it's really glitchy, and it's a pain in the ass. But it's still better. It's still better than Epic Games Store. I bought whole Gothic series for $2. Well, the problem with Gothic series is that you have to do a ton of work to make it work, because it's an old game and they didn't optimize it for newer PCs. So for somebody like me who's not really good with like modding and digging around the data, it's impossible to play it, basically. Good luck, Jester. Good luck, Jester. Have a safe journey. I'll leave Gothic in the past where it belongs. Do you guys play with Lego? Yeah, I do. Lately I'm more into those Kobe blocks where you can assemble a tank or a plane. These are really cool. These are really cool. There are also these blocks. They are called. They are made of rubber. They are called waffle constructor. And you have axes. You have axes made of rubber. You have wheels, and you have many parts which are cut like waffles, and you can assemble them and still make things which move. Those are really cool. And they allow you to be way more creative than Lego blocks. The problem is that they are quite pricey, because the constructor set is like 200 Polish gold, which is quite pricey for a toy. But they are really sturdy. So if you buy them, you will be able to to play with them for years and years to come. I kind of want to buy some Kobe because they are cheap as heck and have some tanks and stuff. Yeah, Kobe blocks are crazy cheap in Poland because they are made in Poland. I did see that they run a bit more pricier on Amazon. But if you can buy them, especially if you can buy them off the shelf, they are so cheap. I'm trying to get them making dioramas. I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna Google it because I'm not sure if I'm. So it's like okay, I'm seeing some. It's like a 3D box. Really cool. Yeah, I think doing things like that would be really good way to let your imagination roam. You know. I said it right. No worries. I did a diorama in underwater. I suggest watch Thor's Hobby for some examples. Yeah, I'm gonna like when it comes to crafting, I'm gonna stick to my aquarium hobby, 3D printing and the blocks, because and painting, obviously. Even though I haven't painted anything in quite some time, because it is so messy, and I I always think that you have to really dedicate yourself to traditional art. Once you start mixing the paint, you prepare everything. You don't want to use all the paints that you mix, because they tend to be pretty expensive. But yeah, Lumpy Muppet, if you finish it, definitely share it with us in the Discord. I would love to see how it turns out. Hello Momochi, it's been a while since I could catch one of your streams. I hope you've been well. Well, I've been sick for the past week, but I've gotten better. So thank you so much for asking. I hope you will be blessed with good health in this fall/winter season. Welcome aboard. I do hope that I'm not gonna get sick anymore. At least for the next 2 weeks. I left 4 pics in the arts channel. Okay. So those of you who are in the Discord, you can definitely go and check that out. I'm just gonna drink some water for now. My last and only Lego creation that survived after a year. My health hasn't been too great due to the intense summer heat lately, but we had a pretty nice cold spell that made things manageable. Oh, on one hand, I'm really sorry for your health, but on the other, I'm so jealous about the heat, because the whole August was like 10 degrees Celsius, rainy, cloudy, really cold, and I'm really hopeful about September, because September is the best month to go to the beach at the Baltic Sea, because the water is still hot. By hot, I mean it's like 16-18 degrees Celsius. so that's a warm water by Polish standards. And it's not as crowded because the summer holiday is over. I wish I could have swapped weather with you. I take 10 degrees over 25 degrees plus. Ever since I moved here, and I've been living here by the sea for the past 10 years, I never experienced really hot summer, nor an extreme cold winter. If there's a heat wave, it lasts like 3 or 4 days, and then it goes away. And yeah, 25 degrees is nice. If it's above 35 degrees, then Lord help us. 35 is tropical. And anything above 30 is terrible by the sea, because it's really humid here. And the humidity, it can get all the way up to 100% when it's that hot. And you know, the more humid it is, the hotter it feels. It's I'm sweating just thinking about it. Drink water. Okay. Okay, I will. I did drink. But I'm running pretty low. Pretty low. So I'm stuck in lockdown. I have no money, and I want to buy the Lego Ferrari Tributo set. My birthday is on 2nd October. I got money for it on my birthday. Fingers crossed. I had my birthday in August, and I hoped I'm gonna get some blocks, and I didn't get any. That was sad. Have you ever thought about playing D&D? Oh yes, I did. Oh my gosh, I would love so much to play D&D. But as I said before, I am a loser with no friends. There is one local group that plays D&D, but they are so hermetic. They are so hermetic, and they won't allow any new members. And they do take money. They do charge you for being a part of the group. So I assume that they have a pretty experienced game master. But the group is quite hermetic, and it's really, really hard to get in. It's like the Illuminati for the D&D. D&D is fun, but it takes 20 years to play a session. I did see some VTubers play, and I watched a few streams, and I think that having an experienced game master would be crucial. Why don't you start your own game? I'm easily intimidated, obviously, and I'm really, really intimidated by the whole system, in D&D. RPG Maker. Oh, I'm still waiting for the RPG Maker to go on sale, because from time to time the RPG Maker goes on sale, and I was thinking about making a short game about myself, maybe an eroge. Who knows? Just a short game that wouldn't need more than like 10 illustrations. So if I really, really put my mind on it, I would finish the drawings within 2 or 3 weeks. If there were good tutorials on RPG Maker, I think I could release a game like that pretty soon. But the most crucial part is that the RPG Maker goes on sale. Those visual novels made with RPG Makers, they read like a PowerPoint presentation. So I don't think it would be that hard to make it. Shall I just make a Shima RPG next? Oh my gosh, Melanie, that would be so lovely. That would be so lovely. I think I could just give you like screenshots from my life today. Just screenshots from my model. Thank you for the follow, Turquoise Hexagon Sun 87. Thank you for the follow. Same goes for me, actually. It does suck when it goes above 30 plus Celsius in shade. Oof. I'm just sweating thinking about it. On one hand, there are those places in the world that you want to visit, but when you think about the temperature over there, it just makes you go like no. I think that I was thinking a lot about like going on a foreign vacation abroad, and I think I would like to go to Rome over the weekend to see some of the artworks in the Vatican Museum that I'm really, really, really interested in. I would love to just see them with my 2 eyes. Just see them, just experience them with all my senses, and maybe sketch them. But we'll see. Open a survey with viewers, and we will help you with NPCs. Oh, definitely Nishi. Definitely Nishi and blended, that's for sure. Naked eyes. Yeah, naked eyes with no glasses. No, but there is this one sculpture, and I know that it is in the Vatican Museum, but I can't find a picture of it. But it's been described in many books, and it's a statue of a laughing dog. So it's and I do remember my history teacher from high school mentioning it briefly. So I think it would be fun to go and see if I can find it. But then again, if you want to see every single thing in the Vatican Museum, you need like 3 weeks. So that's a challenge. That's a challenge of a lifetime, really. Oh yeah, someone mentioned me and Nishi. Nishi has orc bod. No, sadly Nishi is straight. Well, not completely straight because he's a furry. But yeah, Nishi is straight, sadly. Happy 1 year. Thank you. Hopefully there will be many more years to come. Nishi and straight. Yeah, shocking. I know. Reality can be whatever we want. It must become a fanboy and Nishi will be mine. Who can resist a fanboy? Just the crown of the creation where both the masculine and the feminine connect. Like in the Da Vinci Code. Like in the Da Vinci Code, where the masculine and the feminine connected, creating the Holy Grail, stuff like that. So ultimately, the Holy Grail was a non-binary person, I think, depending on how you interpret the book, really. Does it count of K? Am a guy, but under Virgo zodiac sign? I hope so. Oh my gosh, zodiac. Zodiac signs. Do you guys believe in astrology? Because I sometimes astrology hits you the most unexpected places in life. Like I remember when I was when I took my kid to get vaccinated when he was still a baby, and the kid was crying and throwing a tantrum, and the nurse said, "Oh, that's so typical of Pisces." And the pediatrician looked at him and nodded. And I was like, bruh. I thought this was a place of science. I'm a Libra. Oh, I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo. Where are you guys from? Onion Land. Yeah. I think that most viewers are from Onion Land. If I look at my statistics, 60% of my viewers on YouTube are from Onion Land, and then the rest are from Russia and Ukraine. And here, it's pretty much the same. I'm a Gemini, the most oppressed zodiac sign. I do believe that, somebody told me that Gemini are two-faced, so we should like look out for you. I thought that was the gamer. Oh, I thought that being a gamer was a gender. I thought that gamers was a gender, not a zodiac sign. Oh, David, you're from Vietnam. Oh. Oh my. Hi. Capricorn here, and people are thinking I'm a sociopath. Yeah, there is this belief that Capricorns are sociopaths. I think they even made Voldemort in Harry Potter a Capricorn, because it is believed that Capricorns are sociopaths. I'm a Cancer because summer months are the best. Yeah, I made that joke about Nishi because he's a Cancer too, and I was like, obviously he's a Cancer. Yeah. But sociopaths at least don't mess around, and when they say they will hurt you, and they do. Yeah, there are many people who are self-diagnose nowadays. But ultimately, those sociopathic personalities, those disordered personalities, that are not as common as people might think. The problem with kids nowadays is that they tend to fixate on those psychopaths and sociopaths, and they tend to idolize them. I read an article. I read an article about the rebirth of the Ted Bundy fandom, and I don't mean the Ted Bundy from the sitcom Married with the Kids. I mean the serial killer Ted Bundy. And he was always crazily popular with ladies. Back when he was convicted, back when he was out there hunting for victims, he was always crazily popular. And even now, he has people idolizing him. Just kids, just impressionable people idolizing him. Bet Tandy. So the problem is that kids want to belong to a group, but and they also want to be edgy. Who wasn't a toonie in middle school, but kids want to belong and be edgy. And the problem is that they if they are exposed to those really extreme pieces of media or even true crime, they won't have good examples to follow in life. Like there is this manhwa, Killing Stalking, and you have young teenagers, tweens, reading it and thinking it's a love story. It's not a love story, it's a horror story. It's a horror story about codependence, about abuse. And you have those impressionable teens reading that, idolizing that, and thinking it's normal. And it's really scary, Bro, what? How is that a love story? Like if you go to you have Facebook. Everybody has Facebook. You can't delete your Facebook. So go to Facebook, create an account of a K-popper, and enter one of those like Killing Stalking Poland groups, stuff like that, and you will see how those young girls, how they idolize this relationship, and it just makes me so sick, and it makes me so worried, because this is not healthy. This is not healthy. Period. It's a horror story. It's a horror story, and the ending is absolutely tragic. And I feel that it's not healthy at all. So you have an 11, 12-year-old reading that, thinking that that's what love is, and then she gets a bit older, she gets into a relationship with somebody who is abusive, and then in the back of her head she will be like, yeah, this is fine, he controls me because he loves me, stuff like that. So we should be exposing the youth to good and healthy relationships. Lol, these kids need juvie. I know. They need to watch more functioning relationships from anime. Like if you were to ask me which couple from an anime is the most functional, I would say it's Jessie and James from Pokemon, even though like technically in a series they are not a couple, but they do have this old married couple dynamics. And then in the official manga you can see that they will marry, and Jessie will be preggo with his kid. So that's the best relationship dynamic, I think. Good and healthy relationship like me and Nishi. Well, it has to be consensual, and I don't think he consented. Like a redo of Hela. No, bad. I'm thinking about good relationships from anime. Except for Jesse and James. Maybe from like Pokemon Sun and Moon, Bernard and Kukui. They were pretty good couple too. And then Ash's mom and Mr. Mime. Nah. We big like a married couple already. Yeah, you know, when they legalize it. And you guys decide to make it official, I'm gonna pay for the booze, okay? Jesse and James, I added both bi or women loving women, men loving men solidarity. Yeah, I think that they are non-binary, gender non-conforming icons. There was this one episode where James had gigantic tits. So you never know, really. Also, I really love the fact that even on Polish TV, which is crazy conservative, the Pokemon anime aired, and they would cross-dress in every single episode. They would always cross-dress. Blended, make yourself an avatar. Screw marriage. Oh, my homies hate marriage. Vegeta and Bulma are good. Vegeta genuinely cares for Bulma and Super. Oh yeah, I do like that. You know, he moved to her place, and then he knocked her up twice. Because you know, if he knocked her up once, that might have been a mistake. But you know, they had 2 kids, so you know, that's not a coincidence. You don't do that twice. No. No. That's definitely good marriage for him, because you know, she had the brains, she had the money. Goku, on the other hand, yeah, but you know, Goku is the textbook protagonist, so he's a dum-dum. She turned a planet buster into a somewhat caring man. Yeah, that's impressive. That's a really good couple. That's a really good couple too. I'm still thinking. Because you know, it's kind of hard, because you know, when there is a couple that makes it official, they usually like go to the background. They go into the background of the story. So yeah. I am brainstorming. I'm brainstorming because I do think that I had one more example. One more. Okay, if I if it will pop in my mind, I will definitely tell you guys. Okay, stretch, hydrate, posture check. Okay. okay. I will. Oh my gosh. Oof. And you know, I'm not counting those rom-coms or like yaoi series, stuff like that, because that's bullshit. That's not how relationships work. That's just pure fiction. That's just fab material for straight women. Posture is no joke. Redeem gold fever check. Redeem a checkup at the doctor. I do have some acquaintances from the States, and it's always so shocking for them that, you know, we talk and I'm like, oh, I'm a bit under the weather, I'm gonna check with the doctor. Because you know, we do, because if we can have free healthcare, like not free, but if we can have public healthcare, everybody can have public healthcare, you know. So because you know, it is kind of shit, but it is out there. It's not like those viral videos from the States where you see people running away from the ambulance with broken limbs and stuff like that, because they know they will be in debt once the ambulance takes them to the hospital. Not the USA. Yeah, every place is good if it's not the States. Even Poland, Poland. If people heard they had to pay thousands of dollars for checkups, there would be actual riots in the streets. Oh, I do find that, you know, the Polish tend to go to the doctor semi-socially, you know, because every time you go to the doctor, you will also have a little chit-chat with your physician. But it actually helps. It actually helps because, you know, when the doctors are really, really chatty, they will ask you about everything, and then they will give you a referral to other doctors. Poor Rando. Maybe a drink or tea too. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm almost out of my tea. Oh gosh, we've been going for 2 hours. Oh, okay. I have so much fun talking with you guys. They would shove those stethoscopes up these doctors' asses. No, but you know, especially our babushkas, the elderly, they like to go to the doctors because it makes them feel less lonely. Also, it's safer for them, you know, to have a health check. So, you know, when I worked at the hospital, most of the patients at the clinic were the elderly, generally in good health, but you know, they would come in just to have a chat with the nurses and the doctor. Rate time, I have points. Oh, okay, but you know, if I rate somebody, then I'm gonna have to finish the stream, which is not something that I'm quite interested in yet. I'm having a blast here. I do think I should go and take a break. I should go and take a break for the bathroom, and I should also go and see if I have anything to drink in my fridge. You know. We're still watching Fukushima. Yeah, because, you know, I never know. Kajit has streamer if you have points. I saw this one streamer have this option to turn off the computer with Twitch channel points. So once they release the script for that, I will definitely have that option. I will. You just said it was 2 hours, but it doesn't mean we can't go longer. Yeah, you know, if we are having a blast, we are having a blast. So yeah, I'm gonna go get myself a drink, have a stretch, and see you guys in 5 minutes. Okay. Shima can go longer. Oh yeah, I can go all night long. No, actually, I have to go get up tomorrow at 7 a.m. and I wanted to stream tomorrow morning, but we'll see. Just don't burn yourself out. Well, to be perfectly honest, streaming is something that charges up my battery. What really burns me out is doing chores and working at work. And having this outlet, this creative outlet, and being able to connect with people without a care in the world is truly a blessing, and it really helps me to recharge. Oh my gosh, blended. Okay, I'm gonna run the ad break. Gonna bring myself something to drink, and then we will continue. Okay. See you soon. I'm back. What's happening? You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See that girl, what's the scene? Digging the dancing queen. Oh well. Blended is definitely referring to that ABBA video by K-Mac. Thoughts on the new ABBA song? They made a new song because I genuinely thought that ABBA is conflicted forever, because like the tea from the 80s the tea from the 80s is that, you know, ABBA was a quartet of two married couples, and when they were really popular they ended up switching partners, and then everything went bananas. So the band broke apart, and they ended up hating each other. That's why there wasn't the amount of money in the world that would make them to play a concert together. Oh, what? New album coming soon? Oh my gosh. With the same singers? They must be like old. They must be pretty old right now. I mean, like ultimately all the ABBA songs are pretty melodic and they harmonized pretty well. So I think they could still execute good vocals, especially nowadays with the pitch correction technology. They started in the 70s, so they are fossils. Well, you know, you still have some members of the Beatles alive and kicking. So you know, I do tend to think that, you know, if your band was big in a past era, or in their case 3 eras ago, they should just leave it be. It's just flogging a dead horse, and it's not like I'm not allowing people to have the creative freedom, but maybe they shouldn't be you know, reheating those leftovers. Instead they should make a new project altogether. Alive with a cane. Fossils can be priceless. Yeah, like me and like Nishi and I. Just like Nishi and I. Oh, it's my water bottle. Water bottle. Oh, my water bottle. Oh my gosh, I bonked the microphone again. She is priceless. You guys should actually bully Nishi into streaming more often, because if you go to his Twitch, you see that all the content is that most of the content is the podcast, and you know, if we have to call it off, he's not streaming. Will you make that VTuber introduction sequence? The bot asks you several questions. Oh, the rap. I think the instrumental was taken down. I have somewhere a video of early AC/DC from the 70s. Studio looks like you, Danetka. Yeah, it was a bit different. It was a bit different back in the day. Nowadays it is both easier and harder, because, you know, in the 70s, once you landed a record deal, you were guaranteed that you will release the music. And now you can release your music into the internet, but there is no guarantee that anyone will notice it. So yeah. He took offense when I said on DC that he might be old. Yeah, there are people who are sensitive about their age. I'm not one of them, but you know, he might be. He's still young. Young and beautiful, no? Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm looking at the subject of this stream, just chatting, sharing my thoughts and dreams. So maybe we should talk about my dreams for the channel. I think this Vtuber self-introduction Q&A is still available. Got the link. Oh, if you have the link, please send it in the Discord. I will definitely check that out later. But yeah, my hopes and dreams for the channel. My dream is to become a content creator full-time. I would love it. I would love it if I could grow my platform to the point where I could support the entire family with it. I know that's really, really ambitious, but dream big or go home. Well, I am home. But you know what I mean. I would just love to be able to connect this passion that I have for the industry of VTubing and turn it into a full-time career. I dream a dream in times go by. Dream big and stay home. And my dream would be to actually move the futon from my bedroom and turn that bedroom into a gaming / streaming room and then have that futon in the living room along with my consoles and the TV, stuff like that. So that I would have an office and a streaming room for myself in my flat, and I would be able to stream without any interruptions. And if I could VTube full time, which is my dream, I would probably go for 8 hours a day. I would go like 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the evening. And yeah, I would definitely use the revenue for releasing original songs, animation. Just I would love to be at the point where my finances will stop limiting my creativity. Hey, did you stretch 5 minutes ago? I'm losing my track. I was taking a piss 5 minutes ago, so I did stretch in a corridor, but it doesn't count, so I'm gonna do it again. Piss scratching. no, like to take a piss to means to laugh at somebody. But yeah, like I don't know how pissing and scratching intersects. But yeah, that's my dream, definitely. Not being limited by money and my creativity, and definitely being established to the point where I'm not ghosted and I'm not ignored, and I'm not ignored anymore, because when you're small and indie and you don't have a big name attached to you, you have many people like discussing collabs, stuff like that, but then they ghost you because they find somebody more popular, or they can't really use you as a stepping stone. So that's rough. That's rough. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Oh, so what was the intention? What was the intention behind that? I'm curious now. I also promised myself I will keep this stream on a positive note, but definitely supporting my family and being able to do whatever I want, no matter how crazy, how ambitious it is. That's my dream come true. Dreams can come true. I believe in you, Shima. Yeah, I saw the other day how this one VTuber helped this other really, really small VTuber who got hurt in the flooding, and I was like, wow, that's freedom. That's freedom. And people say that money can't buy you happiness, but when you're healthy, it solves a lot of your problems. Because when you get sick, when you lose the health, there is no amount of money that will help you with that. You can buy coffee with money. Money absolutely can buy happiness. Money can buy happiness. Only rich people say it doesn't. I think that when you are, I'm gonna say reasonably wealthy, and to me, reasonably wealthy is when you own a car, you own a house, you own something that you can rent out to use that money to support yourself when you are older. You have some money for your retirement, and you are able to help out your kids or your family members if they need if they need financial aid. That's reasonably wealthy for you, because there is this phenomenon. I think it's called the hedonist paradox or something like that. When you have your regular people winning the lottery, for example, and even if they come from nothing, and then all of a sudden they get like hundreds of millions that they didn't earn, they find that their needs keep growing and growing and growing and growing, and they are never satiated, and they are constantly unhappy, always unhappy, because they always want to get more and more and more and more. And in the end of the day, they end up losing all the money that they won. They spend themselves to poverty. Yeah, basically, because now they are, because people are so overpowered with this newfound money that they end up buying things that they don't need, like a yacht, a concierge service, stuff like that. Something that's completely unnecessary. Sports cars, big money doesn't like attention. We know that Jeff Bezos is the richest man that we know of, but there must be so many people richer than him that we don't know of, but they are in charge of the world. Because Illuminati, yeah. But not necessarily the Illuminati, just people who don't have those assets, out there for the public to know about. What if Bezos is just a muppet? I have to look up this paradox. It's interesting. Yeah. So it's just I'm not sure if it's called exactly if I remembered the term correctly, but it all boils down to the fact that humans are never satiated, and I myself I am not very money driven. I'm more motivated by compliments, by the sense of community, the sense of belonging, by the creative process itself. And I've struggled my whole life with the fact that I'm not money driven, because there are so many things in life that I've started and they would make me so much money, but I dropped them just because I didn't see much sense in pursuing a career just for the money. So ultimately ultimately, for me, money is just a resource. It's not a goal in itself, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have a creative freedom. But even if I end up being a complete flop as a content creator, I still grew so much. I learned so many things, and I met so many amazing people that it's a priceless experience. Please do something with Amazon workers because they're complaining. I've never had much success with music, but even just playing small shows is so nice. Oh, even the small show can be more rewarding because if you were booked for a festival, for example, you would meet a crowd that's either drunk or uninterested in your music. So sometimes playing a small show or having a small stream for a small audience, but the one that's actually interested in you, can be more beneficial, I may need to go earlier, so I just leave that here. Okay, I'm gonna follow her, and you boys remind me, okay? You boys remind me, even though I'm starting to feel a bit tired. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. Okay. She loves hugs. That's sweet. Actually, I'd prefer that instead of moron who would complain that I took a piss 1 minute longer. Oh god, screw these people in particular. Oh yeah, I remember the legendary stories from the Januszeks. I remember when I was writing an email once, and at that place, and everything was shitty there, but the wife of the owner was the worst. So I was writing a really, really delicate email, and I would just push back in my chair and take a look outside the window just to gather up my thoughts. And I was looking out the window for 5 seconds, and she would just pop up by my desk, and she would be like, "Why aren't you working, miss? We don't pay you for staring out the window." And I'm like, "Bitch." Just thinking about bitch, I wouldn't call her bitch, obviously, but legally, for every 45 minutes of desk work, we must have 15 minutes of active rest. So, be gone. And I was like, bruh. And that I still see that this company is barely making the ends meet, and they are always looking for new employees, which honestly makes sense because they treat people like shit. I wonder if that's a legal thing in the US. I need that. Well, it is a legal thing, but nobody really follows that. But yeah, for an hour of office work at the monitor, you should have you should have it 45 minutes working at the computer, then you walk around for 15 minutes or so. Since I'm disabled on paper, literally nobody should say anything about my health because it's restricted. So if I have to go to the toilet a lot of times, then I'd know somebody is mad. Yeah, that's stupid, especially in Poland, because if you have a disability on paper, people would hire you because that means that the government would pay your insurance. So that's a cheaper employee. So just having the audacity to complain, especially to a person with a disability, that's shitty. I feel bad for healthy people which are exploited because they're healthy. Yeah, that's a shitty workplace, and I hate it. And a lot of employers have that, slave owner mentality in Poland, and it's shitty, and it's really shitty. And I know that many people don't have any other choices, but But nowadays, workforce is really, really sparse. and it's hard to find an employee actually. But it still doesn't make the situation of employees any better, which is weird. Got a bunch of redeems. Okay, I'm gonna check them. I rest, hydrate, posture, stretch. I rest. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. Stretch. I'm gonna do a stretch and I rest at the same time. Like at my old workplace. 2 things at a time. Just being more efficient. You have to work a lot so that the boss can go on holiday to Switzerland. Probably to deposit some of the fraudulent money. No, it's always so sus whenever somebody just has to go to Switzerland really urgently. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna crack my back very quickly. Hey, it's not even midnight yet. So the night is pretty young. The night is pretty young. Back in the day, OGs remember, I would start streaming at 10:30 p.m. Polish time, and I would be so brain dead. by the end of the stream, but I would still push it. And I would still push it because streaming gave me a sense of self. It gave me a purpose, and it gave me a feeling that I have something in this life that's truly mine, you know. So I would push it even if I was dead tired from all the chores and the work. I would stream at 10:30 p.m. until midnight or 1 a.m. even. And you know what? Oddly enough, I made partner on YouTube as a PNG Vtuber. Because I pushed forward and I got it. And you know, I pushed it so hard as a PNG Vtuber that I had super chats during my debut. And I got a few nasty messages about it, and some people were like, oh, you shouldn't be having a debut because you were streaming with your voice and you had a different character here. And I'm like, bruh, I can have whatever I want. This is my channel, okay? Damn, I had that crack. I'm old. Fucking bruh. Love your chat. Yeah, but you know, I just think that people are salty. I had a transitional PNG phase, good times. Yeah, that was a transitional period for me. But I did learn a lot. During that time. What I learned the most is what I got from that period was loving myself, definitely, and I've gotten to love myself and my voice even more, and I definitely got used to listening to my own speaking voice. And now I kind of like it because, you know, when you have to edit something with your own voice and you're not really used to it, it makes you cringe. It makes you physically cringe because your brain is like, bruh. What the heck? What the heck is this? That's not how your voice sounds. Because, you know, when you are speaking, your brain hears it differently because it also echoes within your skeleton and within your bones. So it does sound a bit different on the microphone than it does in your ears. So the transitional period was really beneficial because I did teach myself how to speak without stuttering and while listening to my own voice, because I hate my voice. It's way too feminine. I hope I get on hormone therapy soon. Oh, definitely. If it's a source of a body dysmorphia, then definitely get on the hormone therapy. You can also try some voice training. I did find that usually trans men before they start testosterone, they usually tend to drop their voice. They usually speak slower and they drop their voice. I can't do it, but they really do it like that, and over time their voice really does get used to that. So I do hope you make a smooth transition, it's charming, but Fukushima had a big glow up. I did voice training. It worked wonders, but I stopped when my parents started asking why I'm humming so much. Redeem suggestion: remove glasses with 20 minutes cooldown. On the model, right? I get to keep my glasses in real life, because if I don't have my glasses, then I'm gonna have a migraine within 20 minutes. Honestly, I'm working. I'm gonna get my prescription on the 1st of October, and I'm actually going to buy 2 pairs of glasses, because right now I only have one, and if something happened to them, I would just glue my eyes shut. I would just bandage. I would just put a bandage over them, because my eyes are so used to having the muscles being pulled into the place by my glasses, that it gives me a migraine when I'm not wearing them. Being trans is rough. Oh, definitely. That's definitely rough. That's why I always try to make it easier. If I meet somebody who is trans, I always try to make the world a bit easier for them, because I know how shitty it is. I'm gonna say that I am somewhat a part of the LGBT community, because I do live in a heteronormative way right now, but I know how hard it is. And I know how shitty people can get, and it's so much worse when you have this dilemma within you, when you have the incorrect body for your brain. So I just want to make the world as easy peasy, loving squeezy for our trans people. I'm happy I found out my true identity. Definitely feeling better using male name and pronouns. Oh, okay. If you're comfortable sharing your name with us, then we can call you by your first name, because we are friends. We are friends over here. You can call me by my first name too. Your name is Chris. Okay, hi Chris. Oh my gosh, I had a boyfriend in high school. His name was Chris. He was half French, half Polish, and he was such a douchebag. But no shade to you. You are here to redeem all the Chris's out there. But my boyfriend Chris was a douchebag. My boyfriend Chris was such a douchebag. He was a douchebag to the point that I was like, I'm never gonna date any guy again. My boyfriend Chris cheated on me during prom with one of his classmates, and I walked in on them in a bathroom. And I remember that I punched him in the face, and one of my bones in my hand cracked. And we ended up taking the same cab to the hospital, because I dislocated his jaw. Because I was angry. Because I was never closed-minded. I was always open-minded. I would be open to being poly, especially when you are a teenager. So you don't really think about like moving in with people and stuff. So if he was honest with me, I would definitely allow him to see the other girl and stuff. But just doing it behind my back, it made me so angry. It made me so angry that I snapped. You did good. He deserved it. Pug loves the most. No, but I think that being honest is the most important in a relationship. So if something is consensual, then it's okay. And feeling that you can't trust your partner and feeling betrayed is really, really heartbreaking. Yeah, not cool, douche, Chris. So anyone to be... What's FWB? What's FWB? Chernobyl cool also snapped once. He will be missed. He will be missed. Yeah, but friends with benefits. Oh, okay. Okay. VTubers are everybody's girlfriend, so no idea, but thank you for letting it pass. Ay. No, that's probably my wildest story from high school. I was a pretty chill kid. Like I was the kid that just like sits in the back of the class, or skips 49% of classes, just enough to pass to the next grade. That's how I went to school. I would just skip those subjects which weren't that interesting for me. Yeah, I skipped classes a lot in high school because I had a bad anxiety because the school was really good, and it was a private school with uniforms, stuff like that. So it was really fancy, really bougie, and the classes were stressing me like crazy. So I would skip them, which wasn't the wisest thing, but ultimately it did pay off, like going to that school, because I got a pretty solid education, even though I skipped most of those classes. Because when you skipped class over there, they made you take a written exam to make sure that you have the knowledge to pass. Okay, but for real, I wouldn't date someone who I know is with someone else already. Yeah, that's fine. Like as I said, not everybody is open to being poly. And you need to have a ton of social skills to be able to pull that off. I know one couple that's poly, and it really does work out for them. My friend, they are married to their high school friend, and recently their girlfriend got married to her high school friend. So it really does work for them, but it takes people who work perfectly as a team to make it work out. So it's not for everybody, really. I've only known one person in a polyamorous relationship. Is that person you, Yataiga? Like honestly, I don't think I am fit for a relationship like that, because it would be so exhausting. Just for me personally, just having to keep track of all these relationships and making sure that every one of your partners is like well taken care of and all their emotional and physical needs are fulfilled. It would be so exhausting for me as an introvert. But if it works for somebody, who am I to judge? Good luck. I'm in a poly relationship, to be specific. I got a boyfriend and I'm close friends with his other partner. And I got crushes on a few people. Yeah, see, it can work. It can work. And if you have the mental capacity, if you have the energy to keep up with all those relationships, then definitely go for it. it can work. You can love more than one person. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I do believe that you know, if something like, God forbid, happened to the person that I am with right now, I would probably stay single until I would die. But it's just because, you know, with some people, you go through so much shit, you overcome so many hardships, that it basically brings you so close to the point that you become the same person. So I do think that it is a bond that I couldn't form with anyone ever. What's your opinion on double dates? Nah, I would skip it. Especially if the other couple is in a different stage of the relationship. Like for example, if it's two couples, and everybody has a good dynamics, then yeah, I think it would be neat. But if it's a couple that's been together for 10 years and they can finish each other's sentences, and they go on a double date with a coworker and his new girlfriend, then it's gonna be uncomfortable, you know. So it's a pass for me. It's so much love in this chat. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I just started streaming with this genuine and pure intention in my heart of I wanted to have a community that's loving and accepting. And I'm really, really happy, and I'm truly touched to see that the community really is coming together. I'm sure you can still find someone, but I'm also sure it takes work. Yeah. You know, nowadays, especially nowadays, it's kind of hard, because you can just go on Tinder and find somebody to bone right away. But if you're demisexual, you need that emotional connection. Then it's a bit harder for you. I'm gonna go text my boyfriend. He's been on a train and got a migraine, and I want to give him some love and support. I will leave the stream in the background. Oh, definitely check out on him. I can't imagine having a migraine on a train. Oh my gosh, it has to be so exhausting, especially when the train is going so fast. The lights are flickering. There is so much noise, so much people. I hope he can have some rest. Oh God, money. What money? Go do that by all means. Take care. Yeah, definitely go check up on him. I'm just like thinking about having a migraine, and I'm like, nope, not today, Satan. Not today. The worst thing about having migraines is money from the numerous dates until you find the right person. Oh yeah, you know, I actually think that it's better, you know, to form relationships in, I'm gonna say, organic settings, like, you know, like in an activity club or something, you know, or like at school, because you know, if you always meet in that superficial environment of a restaurant, you know, if you meet at a bar all the time or at a restaurant, it's never natural, and you never really see how they act in real life. But then again, I was so lucky. I'm so lucky that I don't have to date ever again. Thank God. It is so exhausting. Mentally, dating. I did open up like a clam in a clean water, very, very slowly. So having to go out with multiple people is just so exhausting. It's just so exhausting. And I if I didn't meet the right person, that was persistent enough, I would probably be single forever, which is also fine. Like if you don't feel the need to have a romantic partner, then you don't really need one. Onishkotari. Am I pronouncing that right? Hello, welcome. Hi. What's up? Yeah, I'm just sitting here reflecting on my life and my experience as a streamer, as a VTuber. Welcome. Hi. Just chilling and talking about romance. Like ultimately, I know that some people are really into those big romances with dramatic endings. With dramatic endings, but I do think that the best love story is between the two people that can grow old together and enjoy each other's companionship and just stay friends forever. But not everybody is made from the same clay, and people want to have different things in life, and that's honestly okay. I'm playing with my Lego blocks. Plastic ASMR. Your voice is so cute. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliment. As I was saying, it took me quite some time to get used to my speaking voice, and I didn't think it was good or it was fit for a VTuber or content creator. But over time, I did find some people who were really charmed by it. That scared the shit out of me. I thought someone was trying to open from front door. No, I do find that, when my thoughts start to wander, I tend to fidget with my hands. And I have a messy desk and I have a ton of objects here. So I just tend to dig into my stuff. This is my bowl of pennies. For example, this is my bowl of of pennies. This small change, small potatoes, money. Yeah. Bowl of what? I did that on purpose. I did that for Blended. No, but it's just so good to keep your hands busy when you're talking. Yo, share some with me. I'm gonna mail you a bowl of dicks, okay? There is the iconic song, the dick in a box. It's for you. Okay, my lovelies, cause keep your hands busy when you're talking. Oh, keep your hands on the blanket. Keep your hands on the blanket when you're speaking to your mother, young man. You remember the Lonely Island? Yeah. It was so iconic. The Lonely Island. It was so iconic. That's the best performance of Justin Timberlake. Deadly vocals, and they have this song. I really love the continuity in all these songs, like how they burn each other's mouths and stuff. How there is so much continuity in the universe of the Lonely Islands songs. Iconic, truly iconic moment. Yeah. So there was a redeem for hydration. Was that? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna have some water. Okay, guys, because it's almost midnight and I have to go get up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if I shower, if I shower very, very quickly, I'm still gonna get 7 hours of sleep. So it is time to read. Where are you from? Where do you think I am from? I'm from Poland. Which is quite tragic, actually, because the CET time zone, the Central European time zone, is a purgatory for VTubers. The internet, actually 11. Yeah, it's almost midnight, almost. So Cinderella. God, so hard to pronounce it. Cinderella still has the time before her glass slipper turns into a pumpkin or something. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like to stream in the morning, but I also do enjoy streaming overnight. It's almost 6 p.m. here. Oh, so that's lovely. I do keep in mind that streaming overnight, like starting around this time, would be the best if I wanted to attract an American audience. But I have to get up and go to work at 7 a.m. Maybe if I went full time. Cinderella can change her time zone because in this magical kingdom they don't have clocks. Just imagine if Cinderella flew away from Hawaii to Tokyo yesterday, because you can pull a gimmick with time zones like that. Yeah, but anyway, it's almost 3:15 a.m. in India. Oh my gosh, don't you have do you have school or work in the morning? Oh my gosh, I don't want to keep you up. But then again, I do appreciate that you are here with me. Maybe one of my morning streams would be better for you. Because India is I am 12 past. Okay, I have no idea what that means. The Princess Cinderella knew what had happened and deliberately shamed her stepsisters with a glass shoe. I remember when I was in primary school, we read the original story by the Grimm brothers, and it was so morbid. Because he puts on the glass slipper on the elder stepsister, and her feet are too big, so the stepmother cuts off her heels, and the prince puts her on his horse, and the birds start chirping that the glass slipper is covered in blood. So he takes her blood back and puts on the glass slipper on the other stepsister. And the stepmother does the same thing with her big toe, and the birds start chirping again. And the prince is kind of desperate, because at this point he put on the glass slipper on every single bachelorette, on every single unwed woman in the kingdom. And he sees that one girl in the kitchen, tries on the shoe, it fits like a glove. Grimm Brothers sounds like a band. yeah, playing a true German death metal. In original, sisters died, didn't they? I think they made. I'm not sure if they died, but I do think that the stepmother had to put on magical shoes, which were burning her, and she would tap dance until she died. Something like that. Horribly morbid stuff. Very disturbing as a kid. I remember there was this one story. It was told in church about that one kid that died but disrespected their mother before she died. And after the kid died and the mother came to visit his grave or something, his hand would stick out of the grave to hit the mother or something like that. I think that somebody pasted the story in the Discord, but I do remember that it traumatized me when I was a kid. I would have nightmares about hands sticking out of graves trying to reach for me and pull me into the ground. That was so messed up. That was so fucking messed up. That's why I don't go to church. Dead ass. Dead ass. We were supposed to... Oh, there are raiders. Hi, raiders. Greetings, raiders. We are actually closing up. I'm just like discussing morbid stuff. But it's okay. The more the merrier. So... Let's go, right, let's raid Leah. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. Okay, so I'm clicking raid channel. I see her, Leah. Leah. She's playing Ace Combat. Oh gosh. Schmingel would shit himself out of excitement. Okay. Let's go. Right. Oh yeah, Shima Horn. Speed running, no less. Okay. So let's start the raid. Viewers, prepare. Those of you who are subbed, please spam the emojis in chat. Okay. I'm gonna go say hi to her. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Okay, let's raid.